And hold from the back and pull it open to the right. Give it a little pull. Yeah. And then bring it into the middle, extend the right arm open and take the knee across. Inhale, reach through your left foot and exhale, deepen your twist. And look to the right. You have a dog there, give your dog a scratch. And then reach through your right arm and roll onto your back and draw your knees in. Give them a nice swirl, a nice circle. Morning, Lou. Holding onto the front of the left shin, extend it through the right leg and flex and point. And point beyond your toes. Like imagine that extension going farther and farther. And flex. As you flex, really extend through the hammer of the heel and spread each toe apart. Then hold the leg. Really get in there with your fingers and get some information that way. Inner and inside and outside of the leg. Inner outer knee. Feel the muscles in the hamstrings. Are they different than, they're significantly different than the calf. My calf feels, healthy and springy, and my hamstrings feel just like matted dreadlocks. And then extending through that right leg, hold the left shin and extend the right leg all the way out. Let it root and circle that left knee. And we did a lot to free the legs up yesterday. So notice if it's where it is. Is that leg more differentiated, more dissociated from the hip? Or it's just very interesting how the mind, like take your knee out to the left, hold from behind the leg and pull, how the mind snaps us back into its concept of ourselves. Like it doesn't refresh the screen. So we can make these changes and then we get pulled back to how we were. So notice if there's been progress over time. Keeping the right side heavy. And that's really one of the purposes of Shavasana is turning off so that that screen can refresh. That leg up pull. And then bring it into the center. What did you get? Oh, you got a lion. And extend your left arm out and twist across. Oh, good for you. That's a good. And look to your left. Oh, I got that lion. Okay. Roll your outer left hip toward away from your head, toward your feet. And look up to the left. Reach through your left arm and let that roll you onto your back and take the front of your shins and pull in. Oh, give yourself a big hug. And then lift both feet toward the ceiling. Take your hands around the outer edges, slide your elbows to the inner knees, and take it slow here. Some of us are tighter here. Push the feet into the hands and slide the shoulders toward the floor. Let the bum be heavy. And if this position curls your bum off the floor, hold instead, wrap the forearms behind the thighs, and let the whole back unfurl. Try to angle the feet up, but don't force that angle. And as you rock to the right, straighten your right leg out. Bend, and as you rock to the left, straighten the left leg out. And you're just adding a little resistance at the back of your leg. Well, I just tried to use my foot as a stand. And then come back to the center and take both arms out to the side. Start to take your knees, so the knees are bent, and start to take them over toward the right. Pin your left shoulder down. And if you're paying attention and keeping your chest facing the ceiling, you'll start to feel those deeper oblique muscles turning on. And extend your left leg here, so kicking it out to the right. And then come into the center, so single left legs here. Twist. We're going to take the knees over to the left. Keep the right shoulder pinned. That's important. And extend the right leg. And into the center. And left leg kicks to the right. Center. And right leg kicks to the left. And maybe start to go a little deeper. Can you take and slow way down, slow way down. Take it over to the right and kick. And keep that left shoulder pinned and go far enough that it's difficult to keep that shoulder down and turn your upper chest more to the left. And then center, use your abs and take the knees over to the left and go far enough that this is hard to keep the legs squeezing together and extend the right leg long. And then far enough that that right shoulder has a hard time staying down. And do a few more. Inhale to the center, magnetically squeeze inner thighs. And twist, extend that top leg, and really connect it to your lower abdomen. And center, magnetically squeeze, and kick. Squeeze to the middle, one more time. Roll that outer hip away from you, that top hip away from your head. And squeeze to the center, over to the left, extend the right leg. And back to the center. And rock all the way up. Come onto your hands and knees. Actually, let's kneel for a moment. Just comfortably, you don't have to torture yourself. And I'm gonna stay sideways, I think. You're gonna shrug your shoulders up. Squeeze, retract the shoulder blades together and depress them down. Roll them forward so they're protracted apart. Shrug them up, squeeze them together to press them down, roll them forward. So circle and try to keep other parts of you still. A lot of times we think we're squeezing the shoulder blades, but we're really just sticking the chest out. So we do this so we can our brain can start to learn how much control it has over the rotation of the shoulders and shoulder blades. And it doesn't really, often we can't locate them physically. Shrug them up by your ears. We're gonna switch directions, roll forward. Feel the width on your back. And oftentimes we just round, but we're not actually moving the shoulders. So move the shoulders forward, down, back, and shrug them up like a mama cat has pulled you up. Forward, down. And this one, it's useful to have a reflection because it's difficult to assess. So you can look at, if you can see yourself in your device, you could use that. And if you're being strict about it, you might notice that there's some stickier parts. Okay. And then come down onto your hands and claw the floor with your fingers and then lengthen them, claw and lengthen. And then we're going to try those shoulder circles here with the hands down. It's harder because of the arm position. So shoulders go, let's start this way, forward, back, to press them down, forward, up, back, and down, and try to keep this as a shoulder exercise and not rounding and dropping the chest to do what we're asking the shoulders to do. And I even find it mentally challenging. I'm like, where am I in the circle? Yeah, so squeeze, and then going the other way, squeeze shoulder blades, push them down, shrug them up. Is this, like, I'm not even certain this is the other way. But squeeze them together, bring them down, forward, up by the ears, kind of like a locomotive. Yeah, very much like that. It's like shh, 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 shh. And mine are make that sound because they're very clicky. And do a few more. I'm gonna just look and see if I notice anything strange. That's good. Is it? Yeah. Good. Good job, you guys. And then rest those. Turn your wrists the other way so your fingers point toward you. And go back toward your heels and stretch through the wrists. Pressing the heels of the hands down. My thumbs get very inert here. I'm gonna stretch through my thumb and try to, like I'm trying to press my thumbprint into the mat. I'm activating my thumb. Extension. And then forward and back a few times here, just gliding. And we're getting some synovial fluid moving. And getting it started in any joint is good. Just gotta start it somewhere. And then turn the hands forward. Toes are already tucked. Let's do a little bit of spinal movement with these joints. Lift the tailbone up and look way up. And then around the tailbone, let the spine follow. Feel the shoulders and their participation here, how they widen. But we don't want to shrug them, and often we do. We shrug them toward the ears here. Keep them depressed and wide. Inhale. Interesting how all these psychological terms have different meanings in this context. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Shoulders are still down, but here they're retracted. Exhale, they protract, but they stay down as you round. Inhale. In other words, the plane of the shoulder doesn't change. They just move, the shoulder blades slide close together and apart. Can you do that without moving the shoulders forward and back? And it takes a lot more strength. So it's testing your shoulder girdle stability. Becca, is that you or is that Karen? Oh, hi. Good. All right, and come into arched again. And press back, down dog. And walk it out a little bit longer than normal. So you're testing, again, the shoulder stability by taking your legs farther back. Can you have the shoulder blades sliding down the back away from the ears? Keep them there. And extend the arms. Extend the thumbs. And then press your heels down toward the mat. And have everything straight. Normally I offer for you guys to bend here. Keep your legs straight like poles, like columns. And then see if you can lift, have the pelvis roll over the femurs. Or it feels that way. So the hips roll forward toward your thighs. Those ASIS point toward your thighs. And then walk your feet. Go ahead up to your hands. Feet are a little bit apart, not much. Sits bones extend through the buttocks back. Heart moves forward. Exhale, fold. Let your head go. Shake it, no, and yes. Here, the shoulders often shrug from gravity, slide toward the ears. Instead, slide them back, away from the ears, keeping the neck really long and firm the belly. Inhale, rise, shoulders are still down. Externally rotate the arms. Inhale, take them up and reach tall. Up, up, up. as though you were a rocket, push down into the floor, reach high, and then bring your hands to your torso, high ribs. With your thumbs are at the back. Imagine lifting your back ribs up towards your shoulder blades. And notice how that presses the front ribs down. We talked about this a few years ago in class. I haven't talked about it much. So when we lift, I've talked about back ribs, but not in relation to the front ribs. When we lift the back ribs, the front ribs slide properly into place. Go back to your wicked ways for a second. So roll the shoulders back and feel how the front ribs flare out. And we try to stuff those front ribs in, and that's a noble effort. But another way to go is lift the back ribs, and it slides the front ribs into their proper slot. Feel the difference? So relax your arms down and just stick out, like exaggerate the rib flare, good. And then without changing your back consciously, try to corset the front body. And that for sure is useful. But then take your thumbs back there and lift your back ribs and feel how it just slides the front ribs into place. It feels better. Hold that feeling, so relax your arms down, then open. Tadasana here. Feel your feet. As you push down into the earth, we feel that ascension. Inhale, follow it up with the arms, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, stretching the heart forward, hips back. Step your left foot back. Turn both your feet to the right and reach your right arm high. Let's glide that left shoulder blade onto the back. Slide your back ribs toward the head. And you'll feel the as engage. And you'll be like, holy moly, there they are. And that's how I feel. Lift your hips higher. Yeah, and bow your ribs, the right side, up higher. So your left waist hollows up into the right. Circle the right arm forward. And can you, in your mind's eye, imagine the shoulder blades? Are they wide? Are they retracted? Are they protracted? I don't know. Feel it for yourself. And then circle the right hand down. We're going to step to plank. Extend the trunk forward. Engage the legs firmly. Lock your heels back as though they're in ski boots. And then move your torso forward. Yeah. Externally rotate the arms. Keep those heels back, so I just tried to cheat with them. Glide your shoulder blades down and lower toward the mat. Let's come all the way down. Point your toes. Shrug your shoulders forward. Roll them back, retract them, squeeze them toward each other. Depress them down, pubic bone down. Start to curl here. Use your shoulders. Use your back body. Lift your chin, look to the ceiling, and activate your thumbprints. Nice. Push back. Slide your hips all the way to the heels. Drop the head. Bend the elbows, let the arms drape. Take a deep breath. Try to feel all sides of the ribs here as you breathe. Unlocking any caught spots in the diaphragm. Inhale, setting them free. Exhale. Push forward to the hands. Tuck your toes, down dog. So I'm going to stand up, but you guys stay in dog. If I have my arms in down dog, so I'm standing, you don't have to look if you feel like it. I want that arm externally rotated and the shoulder blades widening apart, but the arm is depressed, the shoulder is depressed down. So good, you guys. Oh, you need me back. Okay, sorry, thanks, Karen. All right, inhale and exhale. And then walk your feet forward up to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Nice. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Firm your quads more, you guys. And Christine, bring the weight a tiny bit more forward into the feet. Yeah. Little, like, split the difference of what you just did. Drop your head more.
Everybody, Mary, blue. Inhale, lift the chest, circle the arms up, rise. Reach tall, beautiful. Yes, excellent shoulders, you guys. Extend, beautiful. And arms come down by your side. Very good. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Good. Inhale, lengthen, and step your right foot back. Spin your toes to the left. Let's manually take your left hand to your right arm and turn your right arm. Turn the bicep toward your fingers. Slide the right shoulder blade onto your back and reach up through that left arm. Firm your straight leg and lift the hips. Bow the ribs. Shoulder girdle stability. Yeah. Lift, engage the core from the pubic bone to the chest. Circle the left arm. Bring that left hand down. We're going to step to plank. Keep the shoulder girdle really strong and stable. Heels lock back, heart moves forward, lats turn on underneath those armpits. Then the elbows go down, tricep push-up, all the way to the mat. Flip the toes over, shrug shoulders forward, retract them, depress them, curl your spine, stretch your eyes, shoulders down and together. Then give them a little bit of width. Yeah, and it makes this gorgeous space. Come onto your hands and knees. Push your bum back toward your feet and then go to down dog. Press through the ball of the big toe. Slide your inner heels back and then try to adhere your outer heels down. The inner malleolus, that inner ankle bone, might get a nice lift there. And breathe. Inhale through your nose. Exhale. Fire up the legs more. Inhale. And exhale. You guys, you might not feel it, but I see a big difference in how your legs are functioning with your hips today. I mean, I don't know that I feel it, but I can see it when I look at you. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and travel up to your hands. Good, you guys. Those are different. Those are good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. I don't want to tell you what you feel. I just tell you what I see. Inhale, circle the arms up. And bring the arms down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Let's practice lifting those back ribs, and you'll feel the front ribs slide and the kidney space kind of fill out. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Now I'm going to show you my trick here, because of course I have one. I'm going to lift up, no, the opposite. So I came to like a cannonball shape. You guys see me? I squatted low and I have my heels lifted and my palms are pressing. And watch first. So I'm jumping to chaturanga, and this is how I get there with as little impact as possible. So I'm in this little cannonball shape. I have my hands really rooted, and then I jump to bend elbows. So you kind of jump from there sometimes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeeze. Now here's a really good example of where sometimes we just stick the chest forward. Draw shoulder blades together, then widen to give yourself a little space. Yeah, roll over the feet, down dog. It's not super sticky. Breathe through the nose, inhale. Exhale. Stabilize your shoulder girdle, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale with the heels. Now let's walk in just a tiny bit. This is how I cheat this, or trick this, bend the knees. And then I try to jump and lift my hips over my shoulders. So instead of kind of just jumping with the legs, the feet, I lift the hips up. So bend, and jump up, and then forward. Hi, Marina. Good. It's not always a good idea. It can be too much. If the shoulders, that was so good, aren't stable, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, push down to go up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. I bend the knees and jump, so little push up. You get there how you want. Inhale, chest opens, back body active. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Jump or walk up to your hands. Inhale, look forward. Nice. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, arms down by your side. One more time. I'm going to watch this one. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold over. Nice. Let your neck relax. Inhale, flat back. Stabilize the shoulders. Jump or step, low push up. Excellent. Inhale, glide forward. Open the chest. Exhale, back, downward dog. Good. Like you're pulling your nose back toward the back of the head, like you're sliding your nose into a drawer. You're taking the chin back. And there's more tension in the throat that way, just a tiny little bit. And breathe, ujjayi breath, that little tickle, that little contraction in the throat. Firm the thighs and press them back. And imagine breathing from the psoas up to the middle of the skull, up to the sinuses, and then all the way back down. So as if from like your bikini line to the center of your skull. After your next exhale, bend the knees, lift your heels, travel forward to your hands. Very good. Very good. Inhale, get that extension, maybe a back bend. Excellent. Even more collarbones, even more. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck the chin here. Good. Straighter, stronger legs. Yep. Inhale, circle the arms out and up. Bend the elbows here. Feel the shoulder blades on the back. And okay, so my left one's glided into some good spot. My right one's like, I don't know how to do this. Even though we just did it like a million times. It's like, no, I don't remember. So I'm gonna pause here until it's accurately somewhere on my back. Then, tips of the elbows go forward. That will sort of take the platters of the hands back. Tailbone back just a little bit and curl. Curl back into a back. Very good. Take your elbows a tiny bit more forward. So good. So good. Each house, each pod. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's bend the knees. Come on, onto the flat of your feet. Come into chair pose. And then bring your thumbs back to that rib area. So kind of hooking them at the upper ribs. We're going to slide the heels up. So your weight will transfer to the balls of the feet. And then take the arms up. We're going to go up an inch and down an inch. And continue doing this. And I hope you're a little off balance and that your body's trying to figure it out. So down and up. If it's too much to have the arms up, hold the ribs. And work on sliding the back ribs up, which will help the thoracic flare that might be happening. Certainly was for me. And then let's hold steady with the heels high. And go a little lower. And then drop the heels. That's vigorous. And fold forward. Release. Inhale, look up. Exhale, jump or step back to chaturanga, this tricep push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Firm your legs quite a bit so you're supported. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up. Let's open up that hip. Super straight, strong leg, hip open. Connect it to your belly. Like the leg is an extension of your abdomen. Then internally rotate it. Draw your knee to your nose. Round your back into cat. Place your right foot at your thumb. Spin your back heel down. Nice deep. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Good. So the arms are externally rotating. And you're spiraling up through the extension of your fingertips. Exhale, those look great. Bring the hands to the ground. Step back plank. Controlled lower push-up, shoulder girdle strong, steady. Point the toes, roll the heart through. Exhale, back, down dog. Very good. Left leg up. Open it up here. Super good. Can you imagine it's an extension of the abdomen? The leg you're standing on, take that hip back slightly as you continue to open the left. Nice, better. Internally rotate the left leg. Very good. And draw your knee to your nose. Cat. Cat, can you cat the back without the shoulders shrugging? It's just kind of I'm not even sure. Step your left foot forward, turn your back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Good. Push the back edge of your, in Christine's case, push the outer foot down a little more. It's more that inner ankle bone I want to see lift. Yes. Good. Good. And deepen, let the hips drop. Good, reach up. Use that external rotation of the arms and extend up through your fingertips. Very good. Hands to the ground, step back plank. Low push-up, these can always be skipped or modified with knees. Inhale, up dog, shoulder blades a little bit more. Exhale, down dog. Or child's pose is great here too. Breathe through the nose, inhale. And exhale, let's say your nose is blocked. You can breathe through the lips like you're blowing out birthday candles. And that's fun to do because you can really feel your abs engage. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees, travel up to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, come into chair pose. Very good. If it wasn't good for your ankles or feet to lift the heels, don't do it this time. But if you can, lift the heels again and balance. Yes, you guys, fierce. Fierce. Yeah, and get to find that point on the toes where it's wobbly. And then stabilize in that difficult challenge. Very good. Lower the heels, resist as you lower, slow. Excellent. Fold forward and release. Inhale, flat back or extended spine. Exhale, jump or step. Make your way through low push-up or a modification. Up dog or a cobra modification. Exhale, down dog. Right leg lifts. Draw your knee to your nose. Step your right foot forward, pin your back foot down. Warrior one, inhale, rise, make it beautiful. Exhale, flowing with this. Hands come down, step back. If you feel like you're rushing, don't. No place to be, we're good. Inhale up, exhale back. You're safe in your home. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee toward chest. Place the left foot at the thumb. Gorgeous. Step the back foot down. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the ground, step to plank. This can be skipped. You can meet us in down dog, low push-up. Inhale, gliding through, stabilize the shoulder girdle. Exhale back. Here you could stay in dog or take child's pose. Get some more oxygen in there. Feels like the breath is shallow today. See if you can breathe deeper. And of course, since I'm in my space, completely not in your space, it could just be me that's shallow. That seems likely. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and travel up to where your hands are. That was excellent. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, like you're flushing out a bunch of stuff you don't want. Flush that crap. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale, chair pose, arms up. Yeah. Exhale, skip the toes, fold directly forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, glide through. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Gorgeous, you guys. What's up with that leg? Can it go higher? Did all the work on the legs in the last few weeks? Can you feel that here in some way? Lift to the ball of your standing foot. Elevate that heel and reach your toes up through the ceiling of your house. So break a little hole in your ceiling. Kick it up. Yeah. Now draw the knee to your nose. Stay up on the ball of your standing foot, left foot, and step that right foot all the way up. Leave your back heel as it is raised and come up to crescent lunge. Rise. Good. Good. Bend your back knee and shift, kind of like what we did with the ribs, but you shift your pubic bone up and the tailbone goes down. Shift your back ribs up and the front ribs go down. Now lengthen the sides of you. Okay, now squeeze your hips together, and if it's possible to keep this alignment, straighten the back leg. If it pulled on your lower back, not worth it. Bring the hands to prayer. Just notice, is there gripping happening in the upper traps? Can you soften there? And instead push the palms together more and feel the middle back engage. Turn to your right. Yeah, and take your left, go forward, take your left elbow on the outside of the leg, traditional here. Press your thumbs into the sternum, look up. Yeah, now, counter twist your hips slightly to the left and you'll feel your abs on that somewhere. And then open the arms up, left hand down, top arm high. And like you're turning around a skewer, turn your ribs, left ribs to right ribs, and imagine a skewer through your whole center. And turn like your shawarma around that skewer. Good. Yeah. And then bring your hands down. You're gonna spin your back heel to the floor. So your left heel goes down. We're gonna take the right arm inside the right foot. If you have a block and wanna use it, take that there. Now press your right arm against your right leg and direct your right sits bone toward your back heel. Open right ribs toward left ribs, left arm high. Bow your ribs up. You have to go a little deeper here. And take that top arm over the ear. And turn right ribs toward left ribs. Press with your right shoulder. Slide shoulder blade down the back. Bring the left hand down to the ground. And step back, plank. Lower knees. Lower chest and chin. Feel the shoulder blades draw together and shoulders down. Elbows squeeze in like you're a cricket. Roll over the trunk, cobra. Let's come down here. Interlace the hands behind you. Slide shoulders forward, back, together. Lift the feet. Lift the trunk. Bend the elbows a little bit. Hands slide toward upper buttocks. Then stirring the arms and pull, lift higher. Lift higher. Higher. Good, then place your hands by the chest. Rock back. Curl the chest to the ceiling. Good, just push your hips back toward your heels. Down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Come up onto the ball of the right foot and send that left leg up, up. And see how that liberation's going. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's going really well. Lift your toes. Awesome. Draw your knee to your nose. Leave your back heel lifted. Crescent lunge. Inhale, rise. Those are cool. Reach up, y'all. Yeah. Bend your back knee a little bit. Shift your pubic bone up, tailbone down. And reach through your arms. Strong arms. Yeah, so if I came around and moved your arms, I couldn't. They'd be unwavering. So not wilted. Yes, good. Now, can you keep that with your pubic bone, that alignment, and straighten the back leg? It's really an investigation, as much as anything. And then hands to the heart. Oh, I froze. And take your right elbow to the outside of your left leg. Good, beautiful. Where are the shoulders? Have they crawled up by your ears? Oh, that was a good adjustment, you guys, good. Now counter twist the hips a tiny bit to the right. Good, Becca, good. And turn right ribs toward left ribs. Sharon, I see what you're doing. It's good. Keep up that fight with that right shoulder. Get it in there, yes. Open the arms, bring the bottom hand to the ground and the top arm to the sky. And really concentrate on the core. Some of you just be about the core. Sally, let your jaw soften. Breathe in, turn right ribs toward left ribs. Mary, open the chest so wide, let the sun just pour on you there. Beautiful. Bring the left hand down inside of the left foot. Back heel spins down, right arm goes high. I said that really fast. Spin your back heel down. Left hand to the inside of the foot, right arm high. It's funny because when you're in a room of people, I can say it that fast and we just get it because everyone's kind of getting it together. Take that left sits bone toward the right heel and think about that inner right ankle, Christine. Again, there it is. Yes, girl. And then press and Mary, you too, press that shoulder into the leg, really bond, but get cozy with your own shoulder leg connection. Good, Lisa. And open your chest. Pubic bone zips up. Yes. Beautiful. Breathe, guys. Turn your left ribs toward your right ribs, I think, hopefully. And then sweep that top arm over the ear. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, Carlton and Mary just reminded me, if your shoulder hurts, go down and forward instead, and that's a great way to do it. And then reach to the fingertips, look up into that top bicep, and get more breath. Left shoulder blade, Sally. Get that left shoulder away from your head. Yes, girl. Beautiful. And right hand comes down, step back plank. Fire legs, Karen, fire those legs. Lower halfway down. Point your toes, inhale, roll the chest up. Open it up, open it up. Good, press to your knees, back to child's pose. Look forward. Now, very slinky, you're gonna kind of like a garden snake. You're gonna press your chest toward the floor, like you're trying to get under your neighbor's gate. Like you're sliding, you're like, what's going on? Slink through, and then down onto your tummy. Interlace your hands the opposite way. Shrug shoulders forward, back, down, and lift. And when you see yourself, do you look like a boat? I want you to look like a hammock or a boat. Legs are on fire. Extend all the way through the toes, which are pointed. Bend the elbows. And pull the arms straight. Let that take your upper back into this back bend. Retract the shoulders. Bend the knees. Reach for your feet. You might not get them. They may be far away. Doesn't matter. You're gonna roll to one side. I don't care which one, because we're gonna do both. And squeeze the back body. Here, we're definitely taking the chest forward. Don't leave the back out of it. Start with the back, Then pull the chest forward. Your bow spirit, or bow spirit, or however you say that. Still don't know. And then roll across your tummy to the other side. And really bask in this. Let's say you're not holding the feet. Great. The arms are just leisurely here. You're splayed out. It's kind of decadent. If you're just at the beach and you're just like, I don't care. Okay, roll to the center. If you can grab the feet, great. If you can't, great. You're gonna lift the feet, lift the chest. Lift the feet, lift the chest. Now, again, sometimes you just let the chest hang. Let's not. Engage the back, and you'll find that really pulls you up. Take the toes higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift, and let it go. Rest your head down, and take your feet from side to side, which will massage your lower back quite well. I hope. This is really slow, like underwater seagrass here. And then stretch your legs back. We're just gonna make sure that the back feels okay. Stretch your arms forward. And then take take that back. Keep everything kind of parallel on arms in line with shoulder sockets, feet in line with hip sockets. So I'm prone, I'm on the floor, I'm on my belly. And I'm gonna slide my back ribs toward my head. And I felt that with the floor as a reference, I felt my front body kind of hollow out. Lift the left arm and the right toes and reach them apart. So reach forward through the hand and back through the toes. And release. And right arm and left toes. And extend. Put a little accelerant on it and reach the fingers forward and toes back. And relax. And again, left arm, right leg. Now, bend your back leg, reach that hand toward the foot, and kick the foot into the hands. And make the head lifts up. And then maybe bend that, bring that right hand a little closer, lift a little higher, and then slowly down. Bring the arm forward. So you don't have to do that second part, it might be tricky for your body. And lift the right arm and the left leg. Maybe you stay there. And this is really, really therapeutic for the back, or you reach back. Just be careful not to zigzag the knee. Drag that left hand a little bit closer. And I switch my hand more to hold the toes and lift up. And it's nice. And Karen, make sure if you're doing that, can't see, but if you are, kick the foot back. That's going to help your back adjust a little bit there. And then release the foot and extend to the arms. And then, that's the sound my back makes. Sometimes hands go back by your chest and push your bum back. Let's take a full child's pose. Hands come back by the feet. And relax here. Let the elbows bend, the shoulders drape. And drop. And breathe throughout the circumference, through the whole diaphragm, front, sides, back. And check in, are you able to go all the way to the bottom of the breath and pause there? And allow the wisdom to flood into your awareness? Or are you cutting yourself off from your own inner wisdom?
Pull your belly muscles in strongly as you roll up to sit. Scooch forward, shift your hips forward, and lie down on your back. Take the arms wide and bring the legs into table. And just start to extend one leg and then the other. I want you to go slowly and squeeze the lower abdomen down toward the ground. And as you extend the leg, see it as an extension of that hollowed out belly, of that contraction. So as the belly contracts down, the leg extends. So it's slow. And you're resisting the leg you're bending. When you're bending, you're pulling it in. You're resisting that pull. So it's as though your feet were on a reformer in Pilates straps and you're pulling and extending against tension. Yes, lovies. And then bring both legs into table. And now with that awareness, maybe you can feel your belly holding your legs here as opposed to just your legs are just here. Now add that tension of adduction, squeezing your legs in, pin the arms. We did this earlier, but now maybe more awareness and go even slower. You're going to take your knees over toward the right, pin that left shoulder, and really let the abdomen be the controller. Left shoulder stays down, chest open. Maybe both legs straighten. Roll your outer left hip away. The feet are not on the floor. And then use your abs like a tsunami. Start to roll them like a storm over to the left. That's what lifts the legs back to center. So that was intense. And then start to take them over to the left. Pin that right shoulder down. The right hip rolls slightly forward. The back muscles contract. The abdomen is the controller. Maybe the legs straighten. Can you hold those legs there with the core? And then start to roll it before the legs move toward the right. And let that roll your legs back up to center. Right? Could you feel that? Now squeeze the legs from the abdominals. They start to churn. Take the legs toward the right. And that left shoulder down. Roll that outer left hip away from you. Squeeze bottom leg into top leg. Abdomen rolls toward the right as the legs come up. Zip them up. And knees go toward the left. Right chest open. Right shoulder pinned down. Maybe those legs straighten. Roll them. Pull that top hip away from you. And then roll them back to the center. Hug your knees in. Grab. Do you guys have blocks? I forgot to tell you, but always have your props. You never know. But you don't need them. But if you have them, stack them. We're going to come into a supported shoulder stand. So we're going to elevate and drain the legs. Here the chest opens, but we're staying with the theme. So I can just open my chest and my shoulder blades draw in, or I can actively draw my shoulder blades together. That's what I want you guys to do. Activate those muscles on the back. Make them strong. Now let's say you don't have blocks. You could use a book, or you could take a proper shoulder stand. But it's harder to do stuff there and more risky. But I'm happy if you love it, that you do that. So activate, keep that back on. And then let the legs sink. So it's an interesting dichotomy of the back being active, the legs passively, the femur head sinking into the quicksand of the hip sockets. I don't know. It's difficult to juggle those two exertions, like surrender and the exertion of the opening. But see what happens. If you can hold both of those in the body at the same time.
very least, your neck might finally give up the game of trying to hold everything together. If you're in shoulder stand, go to plow. If you're on blocks, come to bridge. Stay here, supported bridge. I know this is really obvious, but I think it bears saying out loud. When we tense up our neck, we're cutting our head off from our body. And the body has all this somatic information. The head really likes to feel itself as this important thing that we're not having those clear lines of communication when the neck is holding all the tension. And as wise meditation teachers often say, what is it that you're trying not to feel? You won't know until you relax your neck muscles. You've cut yourself off from that information. Of course, I'm speaking from personal experience. Now slide the blocks out. I don't want there to be any mystery around that. And you're in plow pose or you're in bridge. If you're in bridge, lift the balls of the feet and drag your heels toward your buttocks, activating the glutes and the hamstrings, turning those guys on, supercharging. And then activate your triceps and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then relax the shoulders apart and let yourself come down bone by bone. Bony protuberant, bony bone, one after the next. Take your feet wide and let the knees fall left and right. These pants usually make me feel like cat in a hat, but for some reason I just felt like a zebra. Not some reason. Felt more like a zebra. And then knees go to the left. If it feels good to you, place the left heel on the top of the right thigh and stretch your arms back. Hook your thumbs and pull the thumbs up. Keep them hooked, locked together, but try to pull them apart. And wrap your shoulder blades. So you're externally rotating the arms, shoulders, blades go down and apart. Slide your back ribs toward the back of the skull, and you'll feel what that does. Yes. Relax the arms, let the elbows drape. Take the heel off the legs. Same tsunami. Can you roll your belly to the right, which will lift your legs? The legs follow, they fall to the right. Place your right heel on top only if that is good, or your body doesn't hurt you. Extend your tailbone toward your feet. So I'm taking a pubic bone toward breastbone. Stretch arms back, opposite thumbs on top, thumb on top, and pull apart. Wrap inner arms toward outer arms. Slide back ribs toward the head. Follow the belly. Stretch. Take your heel off your left thigh. Unhook your thumbs. Roll your belly to the left of that. Pull up your legs. And then shoulder blades slide down and flatter onto the back. And use your awareness now, your new sort of sense, perhaps skill, of where the shoulder blades are living on your back. And slide your arms toward and away. So toward your head and away from your head. Snow angeling the arms. And can you dissociate here? Or feel how the neck can be relaxed as the arms move. And the shoulder girdle can remain steady as the arms move. The shoulders aren't going up and down, just the arms. And then bend the elbows and cradle the head. And can you let the head remain this heavy, heavy globe? And pick it up. Stretch the legs out slowly, one at a time. Engage your alignment. And rock the head from side to side. Let it look at your right foot, your left foot. And then find center. And almost as though someone else were doing this for you, you let the head down very, very, very slowly. Stretch out through your fingers and toes, and then snow angel your arms down by your side. Slide the shoulder blades onto the back. Slide backwards towards skull. Open the fingers so the backs of the hands are trying to be flat. Not working for me, so I'm going to put the blocks on my hands to pin them down. Wow. Just having the weight of the blocks there. Wow. Released a whole bunch of tension in the front of my neck. Fascinating. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. And ride that breath up, 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 up. And as you exhale, exhale all the way to the bottom. One more like that. Breathe in deeply. Exhale all the way until you're empty. And let go. I'm watching my mind like a rat in a maze. It's going to old loops, old patterns. If I want my body to change, if I want this work to really start to shift my actual physiology, the way I live in my body, this is part of it. There's a slogan, what's wired together. I just forgot it. That's good for me. It's all sort of moving different fires together. And so I need to uncouple these habits, these thoughts, and these fears if I want there to be a change. Just notice if your mind is going through these loops, and that's okay. Just notice that and know that they're only thoughts. They're as if they could be in a different language, as if they didn't belong to you. And couple yourself from them. The way we did the leg and the head.
And take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. And deep breath in. And exhale. Breathe in deeply. And sigh out the debris. Reach that right arm back. Draw your left knee in and roll to your right. And cuddle up into a fetal position. Skillfully breathe into your back. Maybe that visual of that circle, that semicircle of refreshing the page is there. You can imagine all the data on the page refreshing itself and new information replacing old, updated information replacing old. As you breathe into the lungs, as you breathe into your entire back. Imagine the neck soft and pliable, connecting the head to the body, integration of the head and the body. And then press your left hand down to rise up. And I encourage you guys to, if you're not already, start meditating. You can start really slowly, just a minute a day, 2 minutes a day. It's a glorious practice to inject into those moments of breathing in yoga where we're more still. And long-term habits that no longer serve us can begin to drop away, to shift. Just notice now how grounded you feel. And the ease of holding your spine up tall and your head. Where is its position in relationship to the body? The neck being a source of connection rather than alienation. Can you imagine dropping contents of the mind into the chest? And then reach the arms up. Look up. Exhale. Right from here, we'll press the palms together and bring them down to the heart. Drop into your own heart awareness. Imagine that you had your own heart song. And together we'll take one Om, inhale. Bringing the thumbs up to third eye center. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing together. Thank you all for showing up, for your amazing strength and discipline and heart and integrity. And I love you all so much. Thank you. Have a great day. I'm going to stick around for a little bit.
What's really up to our question?
I don't know the answer.
He hasn't been here all morning.
He hasn't?
No, because he didn't wake me up at 6:15.
Oh, what did you turn in?
No.
Oh, I'm sure not. Okay, and I'm going to sit for a little bit. Let me see what comes up.
There's this Jungian story of, it has a lot of different versions, but of a dragon in a cave sitting on a pile of gold. And the fear of going into that cave and retrieving the gold from the dragon will definitely try to kill you. I'm visualizing that right now for some reason. In conjunction with imagining the cave of the ribs, the rib cage like a cave, and seeing the heart inside it beating. And I'm feeling that same sort of inhibition. Dare I go in and get that gold? Dare I go in to the cave of the ribs and visit with the heart? Place yourself there, inside or at the edge of this cave. Your own rib cage. See the heart beat within it. It could look like a million things. A dragon sitting on gold. A light in a lighthouse. What is it like for you? And do you want to run toward it, or is there trepidation? Do you want to bring a friend? Can you drop into this space and see what emotions arise, what desires arise? There are other stories. There are the yoga stories of Krishna as a child. And they opened up his chest, and inside was the whole universe. And often in yoga teachings, the inside of the space where the heart is said to be experienced as the portal between us, this physical body, and the cosmos. If you dare to go inside the cave, or if you ran in there, what's in there? And is there a message in there for you? A note, voice, treasure map, gold. And then place your hands on the front of the chest and smooth out the skin on the front of the chest toward the shoulders. And let your shoulder heads drop back and down. Maybe even pin the fingertips to the floor and raise the chest up a little bit. Drop the chin, let the head circle. Other way. And then press your palms into the legs. It's just a little leverage to keep this elevation. And allow the message that maybe you didn't even find but is in there to be dispersed as your heart beats the blood through your body into your blood. Imagine it moving throughout the whole system. If there are any blocks, any place where the energy is sluggish, feel and imagine them easing as your circulation moves through your whole body. So for me, my left side's like, I don't know, I don't know how to do that. So I'm slowing down my breath. And imagining that my left side does know how to do this. And then reassuring it. Now I'm feeling the left side of my chest expand with breath more easily. And my right side was sort of pushing forward. Now my left side is able to rise and meet it. My right shoulder is able to adjust down. Now I feel my sits bones more even. And I can feel this integration. Taking your hand, place it at the back of your skull, the base of your skull, and begin to tap with the opposite hand. Your head and your heart and your belly. And move the hands on the head up one hand length. And go at your own pace and you'll tap each hand position. And we're integrating, we're catching our brain up to what just transpired. Balancing the left and right hemispheres, connecting a bridge in the center of the corpus callosum. I had a lot of fear come up at the end, and I'm feeling that now again, that fear as I put my hand over kind of the top front of the skull. It's pretty acute. So I'm going to stay with this and just let my hand be in dialogue with that fear. And lengthen my exhales, helping my nervous system regulate. And then bring the hand even more forward. Then move on. And then the frontal lobe. And the frontal lobe right now is like this combination of this wise scientist. It feels like this old man scientist in the most nurturing sort of, if Mother Earth could have a like a Gaia, like an embodiment of Mother Earth. I'm feeling that sense of nurturing in my whole body. It's addressing the fear. Let's see what's happening with you. And then bring your hands down when you're done. Feel your integration, the integration of you. Namaste. See you guys in the morning. See you, Becca, in a few, just a short while. Love you all.
Look at the session.
Yeah. Sure.